Hello everybody, Camelia here. Welcome back to a new Burda magazine flip through. Today we are going to take a look at Burda Style 5 2025. So again, I'm using the digital version of the Burda. You know, they have these days that Burda Club where you can get only a digital version. You get all the magazines free, but without the digital versions, without the patterns, and you have every month two free patterns from their PDF options on the website. So that is what I'm using now. And as you know, I have also subscription here in Spain for the Spanish Burda style, which is the same, of course, but it's coming much later here in Spain. So let's see what we get in this issue. As you can see here, a pretty cover with some really huge sleeves. We will see the pattern in a minute. I really like the fabric in this blouse. But and of course, as you can see here, they are continuing their celebration, 75-year celebration, with this time with a blouson, a bomber jacket, oversized thing, and we have an extra pattern from in cooperation with Liberty London. You know, they are celebrating 150 years, and I've seen already a lot of things here on the internet about new fabrics and prints and all kind of things that they have for their celebration. So let's take a look at the Burda. Okay, I'm going to try to change back to the 2 pages. Yes, like this. So let's see. Here you can see a little bit of the, let's see, why is my pen is not okay, it's working now. You can see here the dress they made in a collaboration with Liberty London Fabrics, and here you can see a little bit of that 75 years celebration pattern that we get every month this year, you know, from old Burda issues. So okay, let's take a look. Okay, let's see the first pattern here. We can see a little bit of the trend with like a really wide garments, a little bit kaftan styles and all that. I kind of like all these earthy colors. I like the terracotta and the browns. So let's see here. First we have on the right, we have the cover pattern. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. As you can see, these sleeves are really huge. They are really big. I think they are so big that they are, I did take a look. All the patterns, they are already on the Burda Style Germany. You can see them there. You can see also the pattern pieces. And I've already seen the sleeves. They are just huge. I think they are so huge that they need to turn them a little bit on the fabric. For the rest, it's a very simple garment. It has very A-line shape, as you can see here in the technical drawing. The only thing is that this girl is sitting down, so we cannot really see a lot of those sleeves out. I mean, I think we will see them in a moment, but also there she's sitting a little bit, she's standing in such a way that you cannot really see how huge these sleeves are. They are really big. I do love the fabric though. Next we go to, and for the blouse, of course, we'll have as fabrics something, must be something really soft, like a satin or something like that, or a viscose, definitely something that has a lot of drape, because with such huge sleeves you don't want a cotton or you know, something that is standing out, definitely not. Next we go to my favorite pattern of this issue, and it's going to be this dress here on the right. Let's see, that's dress number 105. You can see here the technical drawing, and we will take a look at this one, and then we go to back to the garment. As you can see, it's a cotton sleeve. Let's bring this. It's a cotton sleeve here. You can see it's cut in one piece, and you might think here that, well, this is going to be a lot of fabric getting into this folds here, but actually the pattern, so let's see, let me try my hand on drawing. This is okay, this is the sleeve here, is cut like this, and it's really huge, and then the front where you have the V neckline is getting cut like this. So here is the neckline. So you have here you have like a huge dart. It's not going to be a pleat that is going to get all that fabric. So it's very interesting. Again, you can see the pattern pieces on their website. The only down part of this dress, well, down part, is the fact that it's using about 5 meters of fabric, 4.6. But I think it's really nice. I do love this dress, and I'm going to tell you that I already ordered some fabric to go with it. And I ordered viscose linen, about 170 grams, I want to say, from Driessen, in a cognac color, so a little bit similar to this one what we see here. I think it's a perfect summer dress. It's very flowy, and I really love this detail here, because most of the time you get in a pleat like this that all this width here, it will get in a pleat here somewhere, and you have a lot of bulk here. But because we have this time as a dart, so this part here, this princess seam is actually then here lower, is going into all this width. It's really nice, and how should I say, fitted over the bust, but then you have all the width down, and there is no waist seam. So I think it's a really pretty dress. I love this one. This one I'm going to take it as my free pattern for this month. They make it here also in a linen blend. It's a pity that they don't put also on the listing, on the PDF patterns. They don't put, like they have in the magazine, also the weight of the weight of the fabric, so we can get an idea. I'll see that when I get my printed version, but I hope my choice of fabric will be okay. Definitely I'm a fan of this dress. I really like also this wide hem that is also going to help the dress to hang really nicely. So yes, I'm a fan of this one. Then next pattern is pattern 102, and is a short, not a cord, but a short jacket. I really like the fabric in this one. I'm not a big fan, again, of those double-breasted closures. It's making her looking really, really wide. There is a pleat in the back, and I'll tell you already now that this pattern is also coming as a trench coat a little bit later in the magazine, so full length one. And if you buy the PDF pattern, you have both lengths, the shorter one also. You can see here that they used some on the pattern page on the website. You can see a little bit better if you make the picture bigger. It's like a crochet lace trim, and then with some metal coins or something. It's interesting. Also the pants, we get also the pants that this girl is wearing. I really like it as a set like this, but again, I think that double-breasted closure I'm not a big fan of that one. Although in this one it's looking quite okay, because the buttons, they used covered buttons and they are covered with the same fabric, so they are blending a little bit better in. Next pattern is cardigan 119, and we will see it later in the magazine also as a dress. This one is made for, or they say that they use a polyester. Well, that's not a lot of information in the fabric, but this is made for something like a stable knit, so like a little bit thicker sweater knit, or a ponte knit, or something like that. So must be something with stretch. There are some bust darts, as you can see, always helpful for nice fitting. Very simple garment. Later in the dress, it's a little bit more spectacular. Here we can see again the same coat from earlier, and I think I like it more having it open like this. There is no information about the pants. We don't get the pants, but we get these pants, and these pants are the same pants that we've seen here up. Let's see, where is it? Well, it's not opening anymore, but the pants that they use also together with the jacket. Well, here it is. You see a little bit on the right. But let's take a look at the pants. Well, I will say that I'm a little bit confused about these pants. They do look quite okay, and I kind of like, where's my pen? I kind of like this part of the pleat here going on. As you can see, it's a stitched pleat, and then it's going open here. But then I have no idea why they decided to add a little pleat extra, and that will be this one here. And it's just looking wrong to me. I have no idea why they did this. Must have something to do with the long variation of these pants to add even more volume, but I will say that if possible to eliminate those two pleats. I think they'll look even better. It's looking really odd, and you can see it here. Let's bring technical drawing. You can see the extra small pleats here, the ones that they are next to those two lines next to the center front. In the back you have two darts, which is nice. There is a waistband with a side zipper, invisible zipper in the side. For this one you get an extra tutorial, sewing tutorial, or you know what they give these days in the magazine. Again, I would like to see those ones for the more complicated, for more, you know, like this jacket, a tutorial, or even for this dress, but we don't get those. We get for this really easy cardigan here, and for the pants. And you know, if you are new to sewing, I think you'll get use from these ones. Then we have blouse, this blue blouse here on the right. Let's see, we can see it a little bit here better in the technical drawing. As you can see, it's a pretty simple blouse. I wonder if it's the same. This is Tunic 108. It's going to take a look for a second. If it's the same as the one with the really huge sleeves that we see on the cover. Well, I don't know. I don't think so, but might be. I'm thinking that, well, let's see if I get back to my pictures. It might be. I'm not sure. But let's take a look at the details here. As you can see, there is a drawstring going on here in the front. And that's, you can, I suppose you can scrunch up a little bit those fronts. And a little bit the same style with those little ties with tassels you have at the bottom of the sleeve at the cuff. Interesting. I like the volume at the bottom here. And if we take a look here at this girl, where is she? Well, she has everything scrunched up in her pants. It does look quite long. Is it a tunic or is it a top? Well, it's a tunic indeed. But you can definitely make it a little bit shorter and make it as a blouse only. Here, I was telling you that we get to see this girl standing a little bit. But to be honest, I think those sleeves, they have a lot of volume, but they are also really long. It looks to me like it's a lot of fabric there, and it will look a little bit, how should I say, frumpy when it's so long and so wide, and you have to stay with your hands up all the time to show that your hands are there. All right, let's see. Then we have here pants number 103. And this is the same pattern as the short one from earlier. They use a polyester here, and as you can see also here, let me bring it back a little bit closer. Also here you can see that odd pleat going on here, and I think that's only adding a lot of fabric around the center front. It's not necessarily adding something to the garment, but something good to the garment. I think those pleats could be removed. And again, I was thinking that maybe they added for this long version where you can see that actually they top stitched, or they make like a little what is the name, pin tuck, to keep those pleats in place. And as you can see, we cannot really see actually here, because when this girl, she has her knee a little bit bended. Here you have actually one, but on the side, look good to the technical drawing, actually you get another opening, another pleat a little bit more to the side seam of your leg. So there is a lot of volume in these pants. Keep that in mind when you choose your fabric. And again, they also say in the text here, to be sure that those pleats are going to stay in place, or those creases, they did a little bit of a top stitching, so like a pin tuck, and they'll always be in place even after washing and stuff like that. Next pattern is this skirt from here, and you can see it here from the back. This one on the back has like a paper bag detail, and the paper bag detail is actually, you can see here, elastic going on, and here is only the fabric is a little bit gathered. And there is also a belt. I love the fabric. The colors are just beautiful. And you can see here the skirt a little bit closer. There is again a pleat going on. There is, in this issue we have the pleats. Let me see that I'm back on my full screen. You can see here a pleat going on that is going here up to the waist. It's a really wide waistband. Let's bring it a little bit closer. This skirt is made in a cotton, and here you can see a little bit how wide that waistband actually is. It's something like this. Let's see, and it's going like this. There are some belt loops here on the side. This is how wide that waistband actually is. So that paper bag effect you have only in the back, because there you have also the elastic that is crunching up everything. The front waistband is flat, and also for this one you have a technical drawing, an extra sewing tutorial, I must say. On the right we have this chocolate brown set. This one is made actually for knits. It's made in a really soft sweater knit fabric. So you could definitely make this one in, I don't know, in a viscose jersey or something like that. Totally can imagine that. Those slits here in the pants could be a little bit lesser deep, I think. Definitely. This is an easy set. You know, a pair of pants like this is always handy, and definitely you can make it longer. I don't have a lot to say about these ones. They are just really, you can see here there is quite a bit of volume in those pants. Always good to have a pair of pants like this, you know, for the summer. And even the t-shirt is nice. You can see that they have it, they have those slits here to the side, so that goes really well with these pants. I think that's a nice set. It's really easy to make, but definitely for summer it's just perfect. Let's see, here we have a little bit of commercial. We have some styling ideas for the blouse, and here a little bit some styling ideas for the brown top and for the red cardigan together with that skirt. Then we get further to that Liberty London collaboration. Gorgeous fabric, definitely. Here you can see a detail of the cuff in this really pretty dress. Very simple dress. The dress is nothing exciting. I mean, it's something that we've seen a million times from Burda. Definitely nice detail here on the cuffs. If it was for me to make it, definitely make it a little bit shorter on the sleeves. It's looking a little bit frumpy for me. What do we have here? We have a really deep gather piece at the frill at the back, at the bottom of the dress. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. It's gorgeous in combination with this fabric. Definitely, the fabric is a silk. Let's see further. Here we can see on the right, we see French summer fashion chapter in this issue of Burda. And you know, every time when I'm seeing this in Burda, I think I will always remember there is one issue many years ago. I cannot say exactly when, but I remember that it was something with a French jacket, with a short jacket on the cover, and I think that issue had the best French inspired garments that I've seen in Burda. First we have this pretty dress, and we can see it here. Well, here up you can see a little bit of the length. The dress is quite pretty. I wonder only how good it's going to stay on the shoulders and what must be there done to get that one really nicely fitted. This one is made in a cotton linen or cotton wool linen blend. There is a hidden button closure happening here at the center front. As you can see, there are princess seams front and back, so the seams here and also in the back. You can see them here, short sleeves, and that dramatic contrasting color. Very pretty. I'll definitely want to see this one being made. And I wonder how, you know, you need to get some really nice fitting around that neckline to ensure that that's going to sit on your shoulders and also that it's going to be comfortable. But I like the shape of the skirt, definitely. Next we see trench 101, and this is definitely the shorter version of the coat from earlier. You can see it here, it has a really deep pleat in the back. There is also a belt loop actually exactly at the center back, keeping that pleat close at the waist. Nice detail, definitely. And you can see it here. I think they made it, what did they use? They used a satin viscose blend. Nice, really pretty color actually. And you can see here, that's nice, they are showing us that detail in the back. Well, this is a little bit too, oop, still a little bit blurry, but you know, you get the idea. Well, that's a little bit better. I think they did not put that belt in that center back loop, but whatever, you get the idea. Here you can see a little bit of the sleeve detail. Yeah, you know, I used to go all crazy when I saw a trench coat, but this one has again raglan sleeves, and I am more of a satin sleeve girl. Okay, next we have a top, really simple top 120. This one is made in a French terry, very French with those stripes. Not a lot to say about this one, with a little contrasting color and cuffs. Well, it's a little bit boxy for my taste, but you know, if you need a top like this, you'll get it this month. Oh, these ones are really boring patterns for the big sizes, for the plus sizes, and I wonder why they don't bring some interesting patterns for the plus size. I mean, we get a hoodie here on the left, which is super boring. Definitely a million of them. I don't know. And for this one, of course, you get extra sewing tutorial because it's very difficult to make. And then we have a jersey dress 124. Also here is nice that they give us I remember the time when we did not get bust darts in knit patterns. So this is really nice that these days in a lot of patterns, knit patterns, we get bust darts, because they will definitely help the pattern to fit better. Even if it is a stretch fabric and you'll think, well, I'm going to rely on the stretch completely, I think a bust dart is always giving a better fit. This dress does have some pretty sleeves, a little bit gathered into a much narrower cuff. So yeah, I think this is a nice dress when you have spectacular fabric. Absolutely. What we have? Oh, we see here a little bit of a neckline, and we'll see it in a moment. Here, this is a blouse with a really exaggerated front yoke. You know, I what do I like in this? I like that neckline. We can see it here a little bit better with that little notch there at the yoke, back yoke seam that is going to the front. What is nice also here, you can see that they played a little bit with the stripes, having them going here horizontally and here on a diagonal, and I think that's nice. Something else that I'll never color block this one, or maybe you need to have some really good colors in your head, but I think in a thing like this, definitely with stripes you can play, or different prints. And I'm thinking that also making this one with the pin tucks will work really nicely for that yoke front, something like that. It's nice, it has some slits here on the sides, as you can see, and a back pleat. So yeah, I think it's an okay top, definitely. What do we have next? Well, I think we are still in that French fashion, right? Oh, and the top on the left is also, you can see here that it's on the pink pattern of this month, that it's making everything to be traced a little bit easier. On the right, we have a shorter version of the midi skirt from earlier. And here they changed the things a little bit. I'm not a big fan of this one. That white waist piece is for my taste a little bit too wide. But I want to show you something else. Here you can see the technical drawing on the left, and as you can see, the other one had some elastic going on in the back, but this one they put also in that paper bag style for the back, but on this one they added again a flat waistband piece. Let's see a little bit closer. This one here is the back, this one, and you can see that they added also two pleats, you know, because in the back you had all that extra width that in the first option they added the elastic and they scrunched everything together, but in this one they put two pleats in the back, you see, and the front is actually kind of the same. So that's a variation on the same pattern. Another pattern in the French fashion chapter in this Burda, we have this little shirt, and I really like this one. I think this one is really pretty. I don't know, maybe because of these little gathered sleeves and everything is finished with contrasting trim. The sleeves and the neckline. The neckline is really beautiful. I think it's I know it's a really simple pattern, but I like it. And maybe this might be my second pattern. But you know, when I'm choosing the patterns that I want to have for every month on the digital for my digital subscription, I'm always trying to choose something that would be really difficult to trace, because a t-shirt like this I can trace it from my magazine definitely. Here you can see it a little bit close up, and I think in this one I will definitely add, because that is going to make it even sweeter, a little bit more gathers here, a bit more volume, and definitely also here at the bottom some extra gathers to make the sleeve a little bit puffier. Very sweet, definitely. All right, we have here another pattern for the plus sizes for this month, and I don't know if you have a plus size and you are wearing this kind of dresses. I wonder if you find the dress like this how should I say, flattering or nice. I'm looking at this dress and I have the feeling that something is wrong with it. I don't know what. The dress is fully lined, and the under layer here is going pretty much to the side, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've seen in the technical in the pattern pieces on the Burda side. So it does have a lot of coverage. That's really, really nice. There is something with the dress. I don't know what. It's not that I don't like it, but I don't know. Something that I find a little bit odd, there are only the sleeves. It's a tulip kind of sleeve going on, wrapping to the back, but I think this would have been nicer, just make it a straight sleeve. I don't know, for my feeling at least. And for this one they used cotton stretch, and of course I don't know what they use for the lining, but the lining is the dress is fully lined. We have we are still in the same chapter, I think. We have a little bit, a little bit. We have a pair of pants, a capri pant. This is a sweet pair of pants. Burda does have nice patterns for pants. I don't know. There is not a lot to say about these ones. They have some little slits here to the side, and there is a invisible zipper on the left side. The pants are finished with the facing, I think, as there is no waistband. For the plus sizes, we see here another pattern. It's like a bow tie blouse, and I think I like this one. Yes, definitely. I am not sure if I really like this combination with these really white cuffs and the pocket, but I kind of like how the ties are coming here to the front. Also here we have a hidden button closure in the front, as you can see here, and I really like actually this white ties going on the front. I like this one. I'm not a big fan of the fabric and color combination that they used, but I like the pattern. The other girl, what is she wearing? She's wearing this little blouse. Well, actually they call it here jacket. You can see here technical drawing. Very pretty actually. What did they use? Oh, they said they used also cotton for this one. If I'm not mistaken, this one is also lined, and they call it a jacket, so it's not really a blouse. although I can definitely see this one also as a blouse. I made a long time ago a similar wrapping blouse from Sew Over It, which I really, really, really like. And this is definitely, I think, could be made also, you know, as a blouse. But you can see it here, very nicely fitted, definitely very pretty. There are some gathers going on. There are not gathers, there are pleats going on here on the shoulder. Nice. Okay, next we have dress 118. And this is actually the variation that I told you about on the cardigan from earlier. Here you can see that you get also waist darts, and if I'm not mistaken, that neckline is looking like it's a little bit more open than on the cardigan, but might be only just an illusion. But if you get the PDF pattern, you'll get both the dress and the cardigan. And I will tell you that in the stores, at least here where I'm living, I see everywhere these Chanel inspired jackets and dresses, and with all these how should I say, little pockets everywhere. They are really, really everywhere. All right, here you can see a little bit more of the detail. They made this one also in a piqué, so piqué knit, so definitely in a ponte knit will work really nicely. Where is she? Here you can see a little bit more detail. Another plus pattern, we have a long vest, a tailor vest. Pretty, not very exciting. I think we've seen this one a lot. Sizes 46 to 56. Let's see, what do we get here? Next we have a variation on the blue blouse from earlier. That was a tunic. Here we see it as a blouse. You get a little bit a different sleeve. You had there those white cuffs. Here you have an elastic at the bottom, and they used here a little buckle or something like this in the front. But definitely, if you don't have that one, you can just do as in the blue one, to have a little tie. All right, a V neckline, very pretty. What do we have next? Here you can see this a little bit from, you know, the girl is standing. You can see it a little bit better. It's a really pretty jacket. I like this one. Yes. Okay, here you can see there is a little bit of tutorial on how to make pleats and how you can sew them down. Okay, a little bit commercial. And here on the right, you get to see the pattern, you know, the vintage pattern for this month, which is not very modern in my head. It's still looking very 80s. Yeah, it's something that I'm definitely going to skip. There are a lot of details, as you can see, that big color, and there is some pleating going on here at the bottom. Let's see here, as you can see here and also here, and I think in those pleats there are also the belt loops incorporated, right? Can we see that somewhere? Let's see. Yes, definitely. You can see here the really wide belt loops. Well, these ones. All right. What do we get next? All right. Fabrics, lace, and of course, actually, we are now in the best of chapter of this magazine, and one of the it's really funny because they call it here kimono in the magazine, but on their website they call it poncho. So you can call it as you want. You can see it here. This will make a really great beach cover up, definitely. This one is made in a lace, and I think it's completely fully lined, or maybe the sleeves are not lined. I'm not sure, but it's also part of the garment is lined. Definitely very, very pretty. Here you can see another best of pattern, and here this is a dress with some really nice lace around the sleeves and at the bottom of the dress. It's a tunic actually. And what we get more? We get a top. Is it here? Yes. We get a little top also in lace made. It's a pity that they don't put a nice sewing tutorial for something like this, but these ones are old patterns. They are not going to make sewing tutorials for them, I'm pretty sure. And a pair of shorts, which they are really short, with some pleats in the front going on and some pockets. Very pretty actually, but really short. All right. And do we get a little bit more? What do we get here more? Let's see. Well, actually, I think this was everything. We can get here a little bit of a preview of next month. Yeah, I'm really intrigued by this blouse here with this really nice tie detail. You can see something coming out of this part, and then you get a tie going on here. Interesting. It's a new pattern to me. From the anniversary pattern, we get a midi skirt from the 90s, and we get, oh, I'm curious which pattern we get from all this. I hope not only those pants. And I'm not sure if this is only going to be for the plus sizes, but I suppose we will have to wait a little bit. All right, so we can see the patterns here. Yep. Okay, let's take a look at the first ones. I think the first ones are these ones, right? Well, yes. Okay. Here you can see the models, of course, here on the right and here down on the left. But because the magazine is as it is, I'm getting here them a bit mixed up. We can see here the technical drawing. Well, from the first ones, definitely, and this is making it everything worth for me this month, is this dress here. I'm not a big fan how it's looking on technical drawing, but I think the dress itself is looking really pretty. I'm very excited to make this one. A pattern that I know a lot of people always want, and I think I was saying that in the dress it has probably a lower neckline, but from what I see on the technical drawing it's really the same. If you buy this one as a PDF, you'll get also the dress, and I mean this dress here. Yeah, definitely the winner for me is dress 105, although there are a few look this pattern here, pattern let's see, which pattern is this one, pattern 111. Really cool pair of pants, definitely perfect for the summer. My dress, and let's see the other ones. We can see them here. Well, I really like actually, let's see, I need to go out here. Oops. The jacket 116, this one here, very pretty. I love all those details, and you know, as a light jacket in a linen or something like this, it will work really beautifully. So yeah, this was Burda 5 2025. I hope you got some nice ideas for the patterns. And yeah, let me know if you are a plus size, what do you think about dress 123. This one here, I'm trying to make up my mind about this one, but I am not sure. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, everyone, this was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and put your comments here. I always love to read your ideas and comments, and I get a lot of inspiration from them, definitely. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.